Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm streaming some 2D4X today. Yesterday I did a special stream where we messed around with AI. I think people were upset by it. Um, uh, but yeah, I also went over to my friend's house and I don't drink really anymore. And I had 4 beers and now my stomach is not happy with me. I'm glad I left myself these bugs though from yesterday because then I remembered where I was at. We can't run the game yet, but we just got to fix a few more of these. Then we'll be good to go. 2D4. I don't think what the fuck am I rolling on? Is it the cord? It's the cord. It's always the cord. 2D4X is an open source game that I'm making that's inspired by like Dominions, Paradox games, shit like that. I work on the weekends generally. We are currently converting. Basically, we had a bunch of data being stored that could have been replaced with 1 int for a faction ID, and we're going through and we're fixing all the things because I changed it yesterday. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And what the fuck is this then? We need to... Is that on globals? No, it was on auto save? No, save game. We're going to do this a bunch. Save manager. Instance. Things are typing slowly. Convert. That's what we need to do, is for that right there. Look, we're down to 7 errors. We were at like 40 yesterday. No, more than that, like 50 or something. Making sure that my music is not playing. I think I need to click a button over here. There we go. So I can see YouTube chat as well. You know, I was thinking, so yesterday what I did is me and Crystal Mess, he's another streamer who's like an AI guy, did a stream where we tried to make a game with Claude code and with a Claude code agent where I didn't type any code. I just told the agent to create the code. And it actually worked really well. It's kind of depressing. I'm depressed. Now that I've had a night to think about it, I'm depressed by the whole thing, by how well it worked. But what I was thinking this morning is, I was like, what I should have done is I used this chat program, which is pretty cool. It's called Social Stream Ninja. This is how I see both YouTube and Twitch chat, but they don't go between. And I think it's just, that might just be like when someone posts on YouTube, it doesn't show up on Twitch and vice versa. And I was thinking that this morning it would have been interesting to try to get it to, while we were talking, to generate some sort of app that would combine the two things, because that's totally, so I know about Godot and C#, but that would be like JavaScript or some shit, I don't know. So it'd be totally out of my wheelhouse, and so it would be it'd be a different way of testing its knowledge, because when we were doing yesterday, I was able to look at the code and be like, this looks like the code's good or bad, but this would be something I would be like, I have no idea what the code was supposed to look like. So for this, we just gotta convert this. We're testing against faction goods. I guess we'll put this right here. Faction data. We're gonna be doing a lot of this. Well, only a few more. Equals. Whoops. Equals. I'm low energy today. I stayed up till midnight. That's like the normal amount of time normal time that I stay up to, but with the drinking and the cavorting with friends or a friend, it's made me tired. A lot of talking. Faction data. You can go right here. There we go. Let's go to the next one. We got 6 left. This is faction ID, the same thing. Each one is gonna go through here. Save manager. I guess I could have made this a smaller convert thing so I had less of a path to type. Faction data. This is assigning. This is one of the things that's been broken. Is it's supposed to assign the faction color to each county that the faction owns, and it's been busted. So maybe that will fix that. What are we doing here? The county dictator is doing something. We're getting the faction from the population here. And I should auto-complete more. Like I said, my brain's not going. You know, I'm not like hungover where you have a headache and stuff. I'm just like, I feel like I should be sleeping more. And I woke up at fucking 4, 5, and then like fell back asleep at the tossing and turning sleep. So it didn't do a good job of. There it was. What are you doing there? This is not what we want. We want this thing. We'll cut this. We'll put this here. And then we will go faction data. No, we don't want to put the color in. Capture county. Yes. What do we got here? See, I'm tempted. I'm still tempted. And it's on my list to convert this from yesterday. I put this is here. Instead of comparing faction data, it would compare their faction ID. That's this thing's problem here. Joker, how's it going? I'm on a list. Which list? I'm on all sorts of lists. Save game. Man, I still, you know, I was saying this yesterday. I didn't know that programming is just a bunch of lists, man. It's weird. It's weird to me that that's all it is. It's just a bunch of fucking lists. Everything's just a bunch of lists that you're checking against. The list. How's your day going? I got a recommendation to see one of your videos. For some reason, I've subscribed to Joker's tutorials and I watch them, and YouTube never tells me that. And it's kind of dumb. It was the C++. It was the C++ one. This thing, I think, I suddenly forgot how this works, but I think we can just convert this. I think it returns the faction data. So I think we can just do that. Yeah, it just returns it, and we'll just put it right there. Except I think, no, we don't need one back there. We're down to 2. Yeah, it's weird how YouTube suggests stuff, and I wish it did it in a better. Here's another check one, and I wish it did it in a better way. I noticed when I started my stream, Twitch said something about we've disabled some shared channel switching thing, and I was wondering what was going on there. There was some. We've rolled back the change, it said, for channel switching, and I was like, what? What are we doing up here? We have a population, location. We just get rid of that. Okay, we can't just get rid of that. What do we want? No, we want a faction data. Oh, this is a county data. Okay. That's a county data. That's a population data. I guess we'll up here. We will do a faction data. We're almost done with this, though. Sure, whatever. Except we're going to put you here. And then you go here. So no less 24 is 78 views. That sounds good. I mean, that would be good for one of my videos. I didn't watch it. I just gave it a thumbs up. Because I was setting up my stream, and we've talked about this thumbs up interaction. So any type of interaction you do with a YouTube video is important to the creators. Even if you downvoted it, it helps the person, which I know seems strange, but so this we're comparing. We're trying to see if this is a player thing. So we're gonna pass in to another thing here. We're going to go copy this time. Wait, what the fuck is this? This is not the autocomplete I wanted. Manager instance. And then we're going to go globals instance. Yep, that's what we want. All right, so now we don't have any errors here. Let's see if we can run this puppy. I don't know. I think we're on the start menu. I gotta have to do the double start. Your expectations by Saturday would be like next Saturday. 214.8. I have a feeling you've done some math there. All right, what do we got here? Okay, so this thing, get faction data from ID. What? What am I doing? This isn't how this works. Why isn't this bugged out earlier? What we need to do here is this. We got rid of this faction parent. There used to be a parent kind of like on here, kind of like this counties one. There used to be one for factions, but we got rid of that. Oh yeah. The 10%. There's depending on which site I'm looking at or what's going on. I have similar ones like 10% or 1%. Like Twitch is more of a 1% thing. For like views after, like views after you've streamed, so they're just sitting in your thing like that. Twitch people don't really go to that, especially because they don't keep your videos for very long. I think it's a week or something, 2 weeks maybe. Fuck am I doing? Okay, so I think this is under save game now. I had to fix my shit there, and I guess I should fix my shit over here too. Fixing shit. All right. Let's see. So this should be get faction data from ID. We're going to pass in the ID. Does the ID... Yeah, it does. So the ID corresponds to the list. The list, I think, is in the save manager instance, save game data, all faction data, and then we put in the ID right here. Faction, what do we want? We want a faction data out of here. So we'll just do faction data, and then we'll get rid of this crap. And then hopefully this doesn't get fired. There we go. Let's see now what we got. We only had one bug there, which kind of surprises me. This is once again, we're going through the whole start thing. This big long pause is normal. And then we have every place is brown. That's not supposed to be how that works. Let's see here. What are we doing? This is broken? How the fuck is this broken? There must be, oh my god, is this another one of those things where Godot, I did. Well, no, this is another one of these where Godot fucked me. Goddamn Godot. I think they fixed the issue though. I feel like this one needs this. So Godot is throwing this bug, this error, for every one of a Godot array that had this, where you initialized it. So I had to take them all out. I went through and took them all out, and it fixed the error. and that because it would just like blow up over here. There'd be 30 errors and shit. Um, and I think they fixed that because now I'm having to go back and put them in again. um, it's like this thing doesn't exist. It's not initialized. And I opened an issue actually. Oh, well, now we're all green. We're getting there. It's wrong, but we're getting there. Oh, look at this. We still can't click on this. That's bad. And we fixed that temporarily. Right? This was fixed temporarily. I wonder what broke. How are we running this? So we have two different ways to run this, basically. Where's our globals? This is where it loads the game at start, which means it's pulling from the disk everything versus using the data that is still in memory. That's basically the two different ways, and we're testing it. So right now, there should be like a save file that has all. Look at all this. Why is all this shit open? We don't need this stuff. This one we're getting our random faction colors aren't working, so we have to fix that. I don't think we need that. Here, let's start at the top. Maybe. Hopefully not. Whoa, hey, no, I'm trying to X out of it. Inventory, we don't need that. Population, no. We might need that. County generation, probably. Not that. Not that. Not that. Maybe. Man, there is a lot of stuff open. Anyways, we have everything saved to disk here. Let's look at all. I can't remember if it's a capital or not. County data. Okay. I guess we can click this button. No, that doesn't help us. All county data doesn't look like it's getting saved. Is that what we were doing? I don't remember. Sickle Wings, how's it going? We were talking about that yesterday. Another framework to my collection is pulling my skill tree from YouTube video and wrote a skill manager. Yeah, and so is that a thing that people can download, or is that a thing just for you? How's your Sundays at Sickle Wings? Why don't we get rid of the all? Nothing. You got nothing in here. Okay, so the save is not saving yet. We're not to that point. What if we do this and then run this? We play this scene. I'm just curious. And then, yeah, we were talking about that yesterday with the AI test. Like I said, I'm kind of depressed about it this morning. All right, we got a crash. So that's something. No bugs, but a crash. Reading, what type of stuff are you reading? Okay, so let's go back to what we were doing before I did that major change there. We have to figure out, so it looks to me like in this save game, we don't have all, wait. It's right here. We're inside that. All county, well, when I search for you, what? All county date. Oh, there it is this time. All right, so here we got Cowlitz. You're reading about different movie scripts? Yeah. Reading for nerds. Have you guys ever listened to any Bill Hicks comedy? He has a whole thing about reading. He's dead, so it's not like he's going to put out any more. He died a long time ago. So here we got Cowlitz. Let's take a look at the color, because the color... Actually, I think the color... Let's see. I think the color's in the wrong spot. Random faction colors. I think this... What does this do? I think we changed... Yeah, so we changed it around. I think I moved this. This is supposed to be elsewhere. Let's see. And then like moved it to, yeah, so it's here. We should delete that other code because we should delete that other code because why am I having it in here twice? That's bad. So let's get rid of this code that is partially in here. It says there's one usage, but a lot of times it lies. What type of movie scripts are you? I'm getting all in there. Whoops. I used to like reading movie stuff a lot. Is this not being used? This is not being used. Let's get out of here. Look at this thing. It's not getting used either. What is all this crap? Get it all out of here. Okay, so this should apply the faction color, but we need to make sure that the faction color is actually getting saved correctly. How are we going to do that? Is there a way you can look at that? It's 15,000. I don't know about this JSON stuff. Single wings. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like it actually. So let's look. So here we got one faction color. Faction color. So 00F is all we have to remember here. 00 or FFD. Okay, those are different. So we know that those are different. I don't know how I like about any of it. I don't want to look at text files. Like I was saying, it's 2025, man. It's 2025. Why am I looking at a fucking text file? This is part of the why I was getting depressed. So occasionally I'll sit down and program and I'll say to myself, wish I could just tell someone. And I joke with Joker sometimes. I'd say to him, can you just write this code for me? And he says no. But the thing is, with that test yesterday, you probably could use Claude Agent or whatever and just be like, dude, just write this shit for me. I don't want to do it. And then that's kind of depressing because then what's the point? Like, what's the point of learning any development? I don't know if you dropped in when we did that second stream yesterday, but it was, we were testing. I wanted to see how good an agent could do, an AI agent, which is installed on your computer. Horse chores. I'm laughing because it seems like such an unusual thing. But anyways, we wanted to see how good it could do to make like a Vampire Survivors style game, and with just prompts, like without me doing any programming, and it did it. It made it. And that's kind of depressing. Crystal Mess wanted me to be more specific in my prompts, but I wanted to do it as like as if you were just a normal person, like use more like programming terminology and give it like better prompts. But I was just like, make this thing cool, and yeah, exactly, make it cooler. And that confused it. Joker pointed out that it made it more blue, which is like the cooler color, not the cool color. Anyways, these has different colors. So what's going on over here? Why aren't we getting the so what do we want to fix first? Let's fix it, yeah, without it loading first, I think is the key. It makes it all curvy. Make it hotter. Get it? Okay, fine. Fine, I'm not funny. All right, so what was that? Didn't we get a bug here? No, we did. Okay, so we got this bug where the compare is not working, which I thought we fixed, but I guess it's not. One of the issues it could be, though, let's double check the county. So if we go back to our all county data, okay, maybe I had a typo in there earlier. County ID, the faction ID is 0. So actually, no, let's search for faction ID. So what do you, how can you like, okay, here we go. All right, so this works. This little turny thing works. Stingo, I was going to tell you, after last week, we were talking about the Windows arrow keys, and I was like, yeah, I have to do that all the time at my work. I had to call somebody and show them how to do that. They didn't believe me, though. It was weird. Like, I told them via message how to do it, and they're like, no, that doesn't work. And I was like, what? It's like, of course it works. What are you talking about? I wonder, so what made me think of it is that this is actually a common question that I get. I say, turn the little arrow thing, and you'll see what you're talking about. And they go, there isn't a little arrow thing. I'm like, move the mouse over there so the little arrows appear. And I wish they would not go away because it's a struggle for many people. There isn't a little arrow there. No, it's there. You just got to move your mouse over it. So the county IDs and the faction IDs look right. Let's use this little arrow thing. Okay, here's a faction ID of 1, faction ID of 3, faction ID of 3. So these are getting the different factions are being applied. Oh, we changed that thing. So that is happening, though. Yeah, I don't know how many times the Windows arrow key thing has come up, but it comes up all the time. It's like, it's crazy that it came up right after we talked about it. It's like, it's not that. It's like once every 3 months or something. Maybe once every 6 months. We don't need this battle control open. All right, let's look at this random faction color thing. And this should not be called random faction color. Let's close this. Let's rename it. And let's call it what it's really should be called. This should be called assign faction colors to counties. What was this one called? Randomly assign colors to faction. Perfect. We're going to pop this open. No, we're not. We're going to go down here. What is this thing currently called? Random faction. Who knows where the fuck this thing is? Random. Every 6 minutes? Dude. This is the one. We're going to rename this one. And we're going to say assign faction colors to counties. And then we're going to copy this. Because we want to get typos if they're a buy. We're going to do, we want the typos if we get any. There we go. Oh no, don't do that. Jesus Christ. Do that. No one uses this? Okay. So this is going through each child. Are the children? They are. The children exist at this point. So it goes through each child. We get a faction data from the faction ID, which we checked, and it does exist. The children do exist. We're casting this as a county. We go county, sprite, self-modulate, faction color. Now, wait, we were getting... No, this looks right to me. Convert faction ID to faction. All right, let's do the thing. What's your problem? Why can't I click you? What does this little thing mean? Context menu? Okay, there we go. Let's click this button. Yeah, I still wonder what people are taught in school for computer stuff. Like, what is it? Because like some people, their knowledge is gonna be dated. because of when they went to school. So we have the all faction data list here. All population. That's all. That looks good. They cheat. Oh, we got an auto mod thing. Let me fix it. Oh, let me check my other thing too. Okay. Oh, it's just the spam. All right, I figured it was, but no, it was the spam. Let's look at this shit here. Reference is 0. So this should be, because it's hitting the first county. The first county is owned by the 0 faction. So this is correct here. But why is this null? What do you mean you're null? You're still null. Why would you be null? Convert. Let's see. Convert. Let me. Oh, it's the nougat thing. I wonder why. I was watching. I think it's because of the N-word. I was watching somebody stream yesterday, and he was the person was streaming with 2 other people that we couldn't see the other people. It was just you could see the one streamer, and one of the other people off stream dropped the N-word on his stream, and I was like, oh shit. And then everyone in chat's like, no, it's okay, that guy's a black guy. And I was just like, oh my god, I don't think you can say that regardless on Twitch. Like, you're gonna get in trouble for that shit. But even like the the guys whose face you could see is like yeah. If his stream doesn't autumn, it tells me it's offensive. Oh, like if it blocks it? Why is this null? Is there something wrong in here? The name all faction data list does not exist in the current context. I don't believe you. Because I see it. I see it right here. Does the faction ID not match up? No, it should match up to the list. And why are they all the same color? Oh, I'm this. So we get here. No, it should have been loaded by now. Oh, really? I didn't know it never even did that. I guess I'm not trolling in chat ever. Is it possible? Let's go back to that thing. We don't need this open. We don't need that open. We don't need token movement open, token spawner. We don't need the banker open. We don't need... This is 0 though, that's right. The first one should be 0. And there is a county data here. And there's like idle workers and stuff, so there's things here. Look, there's more. What's going on here? But where? Oh, this is alphabetical? No, this is not alphabetical. Why is this alphabetical? Normally it alphabetizes this. It looks like down here it's alphabetical. So faction ID, shit, let's go to the next one and see what happens. Oh. The next one, we can't see the map, but the next one should not be 0. The next one should be 1. I'm pretty sure. We have that thing. We fuck with that thing yesterday. Where was that? County generation. Here. Yeah, so the first one, Cowlit, should be 0. The second one should be 1. And the third one should be 1. And then we're 3, 3, 1, 2. So we went forward one loop, and this is still 0. What is this? Next one. It's still 0. Why is this wrong? What are we doing? What do you say? Where do you think you are? Do you have a name on you? We're on the 3rd county. You're on Douglas. Douglas? Douglas. Your faction ID should be 1. And your faction ID is 0. What's going on here? Yeah. Let's look at the save game again, because I feel like this is... What part are we at? No, we got it. We have to be at the... We have to be at the... the main game at this point. I wonder if we're assigning this somewhere else. Assign faction data to county data in county generation. County generation now is only at the main thing, but let's look at this. I thought we already looked at this and saw, yeah, all county data lists. Where the fuck? Go to this. Okay, we're here. Faction ID is 0. We can use this little turny thing. It is set to this. Why is it getting the wrong thing? Did that say county ID? Province ID? Did it say something else? Faction ID. You know what? It could be the conversion process of when it loads it back in. But we're actually not loading it. We're not loading it at this point. Fucking A, I rolled over the court again. I still have 2 beers left over from last night. And I'm tempted just to, like, knock them back during this stream at 10 in the morning. Why does this suck? Right? Faction ID is 0. What is this faction's name? Faction name, AI Faction 1. But that's wrong. Okay, what is going on here? We pass in the faction ID, and it pulls it from this list. Is this list wrong? Do we have Dr. Hydra, how's it going? Do we have the wrong list? All faction data list is lowercase a. Lowercase a. What the fuck are we doing here? This is... This is AI Faction 1. And what county were we on? County data. We were on Douglas or something? We're on Douglas? That's not right. Where am I going here? You know what? I bet you county generation. How are we getting this county data? All county data is... What if I put... Where's Douglas? Right here. If we put a breakpoint here... Nope. Go to the other one. And then we go to here. Well, no, this is already going to happen. So we're going to run this and see what that Douglas is pulling out of its ass. There's something that I fucked up yesterday. I know that's the problem. Start. So it should hit the county generation. Man, breakpoints are so awesome. These are different resources. Int of 0. What? Faction ID equals 1, but then that's what that one's like, no, it's 0. No, that one's 1. That one's. Do we have 2 lists? I think we have 2 lists of all these. Oh, we do. This is the problem. What is this dog shit that I'm looking at? County generation has all. Oh my god. See, this is the problem. This is the thing. I was like, we don't want to. Oh my god. We don't want to have parallel lists, is what I was saying. And here we go. We have a parallel list, and the parallel list has fucked me. Okay. So at the end of this, we were going to write a thing. Here we go. It's this thing here. Does this not work? So this needs to be converted. All county data list. We clear it, and then all county data that is in here. And this me pointing at this script. It's in this script. It adds it to this all county data. Let's double check. We'll go to this. We'll go to this. Okay, we have. I was making sure that this is on there because this is a Godot array. We also have it down here. We were adding this in. And this is converting it to the DTO or whatever. Save game data from DTO. So we loaded that. Tusher, how's it going? What is this invisible icon? Oh, it's the paused thing. Yeah, this parallel list is making life difficult. But this looks right. We need to put a breakpoint on this, and we'll see what this does. But then let's go back to that other county thing. Where was that? County generation. We'll take. No, this is the one we just added. We're going to. Because we have the 7. There should be 7. I guess this doesn't need to be public. And we have the 7. Where's our stupid magic number thing? I could search, but here we go. And this is the right list. When does this happen? Assign faction data to county data. Is this happening before? Assign county data to faction. Assign faction data to county. All right, let's double check these things. So this happens at the beginning. What is this note? We're not going to mess with that right now. All right, so we read this shit from disk. We have that list then. Okay, so this is the first thing that happens is why did I do it this way? Can't I just go like this? Why did I do it this way? Whoops. can I just go like this? Why do I have this extra step? What is going on here? Oh, yeah, I don't need that extra step. Because before, I think there was that we were getting the fat, whatever. Well, I don't need this extra crap. I can just do this. I don't know why I went over all the way over there. This is gonna get more and more. All these magic. What the fuck does all this mean? We're gonna have to write the we're gonna have to write the get out of here. The real setup. This is just for testing. This ugliness is just for testing. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're just testing. This is just because we need the counties to be specific with their different setups so that when we run the game, we have the correct things to test. That's what this weird thing is, that this is not a finished thing. We're not going to go through and manually assign all the factions. They'll be randomly generated by... they'll be randomly generated except for the ones where the player can pick. Well, those also will be somewhat randomly generated. But what we'll have is we'll have like a... And I think, actually, I was thinking about it the other day. I want to do a stream soon where I chat. You guys can help me make up the names for the factions. So we'll do it like... the fuck is the name of that game? I can envision it right now. It's a space game. Distant Worlds Universe. We'll do it like this is how they name their ships. So they name their ships like Sun Destroyer or whatever. So they just pair two words, or sometimes like a three word thing, Destroyer of Sun, you know, or whatever. We'll do it like that with the faction names, and then we'll as a matter of faction. Something like that. Yes. All right. Let's debug this and see what happens when we get to here. Wait. What happens when we get to here? We know it's going to happen. The faction ID is going to get to... it has to be, right? Well, maybe it's in the wrong order or something. Start. Okay. What do we got here? 0 is Cowlitz. And it is Cowlitz. Let's, well, there's no loop here. It just goes through the swans. So yeah, it's like they were all default, they default. We were just talking about this, they default to 0. I should have put a breakpoint here. Let's put a breakpoint at the end, and then we can hit play on this thing, and it will stop here. Then we can hover over, and it will tell us. Okay, so this is definitely working. Let's see. This should be, I don't know, 5. Harney. And your faction ID is 1. So then what if we hit play here? Maybe this was our whole... Give me the... Why can't I play you? There you are. Then what do we have here? We have a little lightning bolt. Array instance is read only. What? Count of 0. Okay, so here's a problem. So it doesn't seem like that one thing is working. Convert county data list to array for save game. Well, no, it should be 0 at this point. What is it now? 1. Yeah. 2. What do we got at 0 here? We have county ID, faction ID. Perfect. That's what's supposed to be like that. County ID, faction ID. The county ID should be 1. For this one, it should be 1. Did we never set that shit? Now that we moved everything around, let's go one more here. What do we use the county ID for? I don't even remember. So this one, county ID is 0. That's that. What? The faction ID is 1. So that one's right. Let's go one more. I watched Barbarian last night. County ID is 0. Faction ID is 3. So the faction ID is working. The county ID is not. But where the fuck were we even? What do we do with the county ID? Why do we have it? I seem to have a lot of data, and I don't remember what any of it does. County ID. Okay, so the first thing, it's the first thing here. Go up. This is used all over the place. Well, thank you, past Josh. Okay, so why? What is that? Is that what's fucking up the other thing though? When we assign, are we using a county ID in here? Or faction ID? Let's turn that off. We don't need that. I hate to do this, but I think we gotta go. County ID. Map editor. County creator. County info control. We do use this all. Jesus Christ! Come on, man. Destination county ID. County ID equals I. What is going on here? Okay, so this is in county loader. We're setting the county ID. Why the fuck are we doing it there? So that doesn't happen until way later. Why do we do it here? Since we are already going through all the county data, we add the county ID to the county data. Thanks. See, that wasn't very helpful, past Josh. Look at this, and I have like a GD print in here for some reason. This is under save game. Whoops, save manager. Who's any say he's just some guy. Any J name will work, right? Is this an A with a capital? No. All county data. What's going on here? What is this? Save manager. Where's my save game, motherfucker? Skill dat we don't need open. We probably do need that, but save manager. Save game. Save game has all list. I stuck that list. It shouldn't say list though, because it's a Godot thing. Whatever. Is this being a problem because it's a Godot thing? I don't think so. Like I was saying yesterday, though, I don't remember why those particular things were. Okay. Oh, there it is, right there. What else is going on in here? We have a county data. So look at this. So this county data is set right there, and then we're adding the county node. This is another weird loop right here. And then we add it to the child, and then we come in later, and instead of using this county data that we created, we're just reassigning it on the list. Why did I do that? Let's save this, and we're going to have to, well, we'll hit play. We should have hit play on the other thing, but that's okay. I'm going to take a break here in a second. Yeah, one time, because I'm thinking about drinking those beers right now. One time look at it go. See, the county IDs are matched up there. We still don't have our shit working, though. The problem is, the reason we can't click on this is because it doesn't know that the faction is ours. Is there any point where we tell the computer that we are faction 4 or whatever? We tell the computer? We had that thing in save game. It was like assign player specific stuff is what it was called. Assign player, okay. Assign player specific things. What the fuck is this? Assign player specific things. How are we checking that one thing now? Where's my globals? I have too much crap open still. Oh, we're just checking that bool. I forgot. We got rid of that whole concept yesterday. And that bool is thrown? We'll double check here. This is also manually set, which it won't be when we when we have it for real. Yes. So that actually should have made, so there's something is either getting loaded or one of these parallel lists is a problem here. So all county data again, let's go, can I just click on you? Yes. So at this point, the faction, okay, so this is right now. So, oh, look, and the county ID is there correctly too. So now what the fuck is the problem? Why don't you have specific colors? And why can't I click on you? When we convert, that thing that I just went through and changed everything to, is that wrong? The 50 bugs that I just, this is in the save game. We do have some other faction data lists. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to not have these parallel things. They're bad. Also, do we know if this order is the same order? I mean, they should be. We're looping through them somewhere. Since we don't really need to see this in the spectrum of the game runs, and since this is, this doesn't even apply. That's old and it doesn't apply. So we're hitting the save game data. So we save this stuff here. We have all of our lists here. This says list at the end. We loop through all of the population and we put it in there. We loop through all of... It's kind of weird that... Oh, I see. I was what, like, what? So we looped through all this crap, and when this looked like it was working to a point, can we look at you over here? We can, but we have to run it from over here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break in like 2 seconds. Let's hit start. We need to probably get rid of some of these things. Yeah, so something's happening. It's like getting there, but not quite right. We're close, but they're all getting assigned the same color. Oh, this is from this. I was like, what is this? County data. Oh, look at this. This happened the other day too, actually. They were getting assigned, but they aren't getting. Okay, what happened here? Oh, this is because I stopped it. They are getting assigned the correct colors, but something once again, when we run it, wait, is that just the problem is we have some sort of, what does the sprite think it has? Not that thing. This one. Well, what's this county overlay thing? I don't remember how this works. Oh, right, I remember now. That's for like capitals and stuff. See, this one is purple. Said, how's it going? This one's purple, and that's the problem. Everybody's purple. Are we assigning the wrong to the wrong place? Because this is getting, the county data does have the correct color. But then the county sprite has the wrong color. So what is happening there? The county sprite, why would it happen for each county? We cast as a county, we get a faction data, we assign their faction color to this county sprite. This is not happening. It's happening in two different spots. The top one is not. Okay, there's one. No, I don't want to look at that. Out of scope. Why does it say 3? Assign faction colors to county. There's something dumb going on here. The faction ID thing we fixed. The county ID, or the county data, this is being assigned. We can look at it and see that it has the right color is assigned to the county. So wait, maybe the faction color is wrong. Can we find that somewhere? Maybe that's the deal, is that all the faction colors are wrong, because we're actually not assigning it. We're assigning the faction color to it. How do we do the random shit? Here we go. Does this get assigned? All faction data list. Faction data attempt to get color. Random remove at. What is this? Faction color. So this is getting assigned to the faction color, but is it actually getting assigned to the faction color? I'm gonna take a break, I think. Let's look at this real quick, though. Can I look at this? See, this one's purple. Did our random color thing break? Then how the fuck is it getting other color? Did I originally assign it special colors on their own? Oh, motherfucker. That's what's going on. The faction is not getting the right colors. Probably that random thing is messed up. Like I deleted a count, you know, the word count or whatever. All right, let me take a quick break, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes here. Let me pause my music you guys can't hear. Put on my break timer. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. That was a quick break. So what did we figure out? Faction colors are broken. So let's look at that. Let me start my. They're all purple. What does this loop say? For each faction, I wonder if this isn't there yet. It should be at the end. Oh, I think I already have one open. It doesn't like that. It does not like that. Oh, we can turn you off. We don't care about you. And we can turn you off. We don't care about you. Okay, what do we got here? Count of 0. Yes, we can turn you off. And we can go forward. They should have been a count of 0 because we hadn't assigned anything to it yet. This has stuff in it. This is what I was worried about, is that it didn't have anything in it yet. We should look at, so what are we doing here? What is this one? Randomly assign. So if we put, stop please. Random index 0 to available colors count. We looked at this the other day. I remember this now. This exact thing we looked at. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was last weekend. We're never going to finish this save game shit, by the way. We're going to be doing this for the next 5 years. We have 9 available colors. Random next 0 to 9. Didn't I write a random thing? I did. I said, didn't I write a random thing up there? Why do you have a little thing there? Here you're watching and I help. Your company is help. It helps with the morale. So let's put this. What is this little bug? Oh, it's because this is the line I'm on? Okay. Let's go down to here. So what is the random number you picked? Is it always 0? Is that the problem? You're always giving us 0? Is the first color purple? Where was that? Array. There's like some weird color array that I have somewhere and I don't remember. I think it's called like under arrays. Yeah. No, the first color is rosy brown. It is not purple. All right, let's go back to this thing. So we just randomly got 0. I mean, it's possible. Then we remove 0. So 0 could be there though again because 0 is gone. Now there's 1 is 0. And we got 5 this time. So this looks like, look, we're supposed to be getting some sort of output here too. Where the fuck is my output? Not that output. So we are getting different colors assigned here. And there it is again. These are all different. There's something dumb going on. I opened a beer. I know it's 10 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning. I have 2 beers. You got to finish them, right? It's going to help me program. It's not. It's not. So what's going on here? I'm very confused by this. Oh, we got to run it over here. It's the weekend, right? That's I got to have an excuse. When I was going to my friend's house, he picked me up and we were on the way, and we went to a plaid pantry, which is like a 7-Eleven, and I was like, I'm gonna get beer, and he was like, how did he respond? He said like, yeah, that's okay. Like he was approving my drinking or something like that. And I was like, what? You don't get to, what are you going to say? No, I'm going to get beer anyways. Like, I wasn't telling you. I was just saying like, I need to get beer, you know, like don't drive away without me or something. You know, you want to know why the person's going in the store with you, I guess. I don't know. Okay, what the fuck is going on here? So we have our remote. We can look here once again. I think it's the parallel list. We look here. We look at our faction data. We look at our faction data. Well, we have whatever that is. Okay, these have different colors this time. So the factions have different colors at this point. Let's look at the county data. These are not getting assigned their colors. Is if we go back to our counties here, they're getting assigned something. Something's fucked up somewhere, obviously, and it's something dumb, like I keep saying. Right? It's like one of these things is. So this is definitely working. We can turn these off. Where would the next possible fuck up be? The save game has them with different colors. It shouldn't be loading it from the save game at this point. We haven't gotten to... I don't want to look at all this crap. I want to look at just the beginning. Where's your color? Where do we put? Can we turn some of this stuff? Because we have a lot of lists in here. The county data. Oh, it does have a color in here. I wonder if it has to do with when it, but it shouldn't be loading yet from disk. We haven't clicked that button. So color's right at the top. Color is right at the top, but also missing. All right, so we found our first issue here. Where's our county DTO bullshit? Well, let's double check. Yeah, color is right here. County data, county node, color. This also goes down there. So, which song? I was like, is my music playing again? We don't have county DTO open. See, this is why we are going to do like a reflection thing eventually here. For this exact reason, so that we don't have to like compare and figure out. County DTO. Oh, the GTO. Yeah, color's not in here. ChatGPT has betrayed me once again. Color hex. It's down here. It's called color hex. It moved it down on the list. And it's supposed to convert this color hex back. But once again, we're not saving that. We're not loading from disk. There's something that's just not getting applied is what's happening. Or it's getting applied once. It's like my for loop is busted or something. That's what it seems like. Was there a break in there? Was there a fucking break in there instead of, oh my God, that's happened to me before. Is that what's happening? I have a break? That's what it seems like. That's, where is this thing? Where'd it go? No, there's no break. Damn it. Okay. That's happened to me in the past where I'm like, oh, I'll put a return or a break in here. And then obviously it's broken. All right, let's look at this for the 100th time. So we get the county. We get the county sprite, which is a variable that is assigned to each county somewhere. It is in this resource that we load from disk. We're loading from this here. We load these from disk with the county loader, it's called. So the county loader loads all of those from disk. Each one of these. Each one has their shit assigned already. Their shit is assigned already. We want to close that thing. Attach nodes. Their shit is assigned already. I keep saying that over and over because when is this assigned? County sprite. I need a script here. County data, county sprite. Look at this motherfucker. County mask, county sprite. When does this county sprite get assigned? What the hell is this? Okay, I know what that is. Did I drag and drop this shit? This has happened in the past, but all of the sprites would be fucked up if that was the case, though. I think I manually dragged and dropped each one of these, like each sprite to its own thing. All right, there's got to be an easier way to debug this very simple issue. What happens if we run it with this on? Maybe we'll ignore this for right now and we'll come back to it. Because we might fix something else that will fix this. I know that seems strange, but that happens all the time. Back to, I'm going to keep talking about my day job here. We didn't get any bugs, though. We were supposed to get bugs. I guess let's try to fix this thing first, where it's also reporting wrong stuff. So we fixed that yesterday, and then it broke again. Once again, I think it's a parallel list issue. So this should be clickable. Can we get rid of the list that we are fucking with? I think we can. That would get rid of the parallel list issue. Let's do that. Let's try to do that at least. Okay, so the first place we're going to need to, let's close a bunch of this crap. We'll come back to it. And under faction generation, we are generating a list, a C# list of factions. We're loading them from disk. Yeah, we'll get rid of all this crap. We're loading them from disk, and then at the end of faction generation, we assign it to the save game thing. What if we didn't do that? What if we just use the one in the save game every time? How would we keep? Yeah, so here's this list, and then under the save game dat, we'll move this right here actually. We have this other list. And I'm wondering if the problem is we're having some sort of parallel list issue where things are getting assigned to this when they shouldn't be. Oh, we have this here? Okay. Convert faction. So this is the final step. Can we just do this? Like, can we just go save game or save manager dot instance dot save game dat? Can we just do that? Like, why? Oh, we can't. Because this is C or Godot list. we had to do it differently. When we read resources from disk, and the other problem is when we load, now this only will happen one time. Read resources from disk. It seems like this would want to be a C#, or sorry, yeah, it's returning an array. What is its problem then? Why are we doing like this part? This is returning an array of faction datas. No, it's returning a list, a Godot collection, Godot collections dot array of faction data. Can we just cast this shit? We can't. No, okay, we can't. Cannot cast expression of type Godot resource to type array faction data. This is a collection of Godot resources. So what if we did this instead? We said, what if we got really lazy and we just said, can you make this work, ChatGPT? Basically, I think we're just going to need a for each through this. Can you make this work? Let's see if we can figure it out. Almost certainly runs a generic, yeah. Godot doesn't support directly casting the type array that type. You have to create a typed array and add the elements. Yeah, see, this is why I was being lazy. I didn't want to, let's just copy this. This works. If you prefer one-liner, right now I don't. Right now I do not prefer that. Get out of here. So then, what if we comment this thing out? We're going to get a bunch of issues here. Can you, let's see here. Loaded resources, faction data array. This is going to go through and it's going to go for each one. If res is a, oh man, why does everybody type such little? We have the faction and then this equals that. We could just add this into all of this, but we won't need this. We could also make a reference to this and then just equal it at the end, I suppose, but we'll just put this in here. Okay, I was thinking, wait, do we have a count? And we do. Now I'm listening to something awful again. All right, so this will get rid of one of those lists. How many bugs do we have now? 0? So now we don't have the faction data parallel list. I think that whole idea was bad. Like it worked for a minute, but now let's run this thing. Do we have the save button clicked? Main load from start. That's the one we want. We just want to see what happens here. We don't need 2 lists. 1 list is better than 2. We'll hit start. And now we get very orange. But once again, this is this thing here. So then let's go fix this on the same thing with the county. Jesus Christ. I gotta change this music that you guys can't hear. We're going to change the county generation to not use this list. So we load this, we're going to do the same exact thing we did to this. So this was save game, save manager dot instance dot save game dot this one. We'll get rid of this, and then we'll comment out this. We'll be lazy again, and we'll say, can you do that with this one too? I think I don't. I think I was like trying to be lazy, and that always comes back to bite me every time I do that. If you're confident every file in County's dictionaries and want it compact, this is back to that one line thing. What is this? Case is handled without repeating the loop every time. I can use you can give you a generic loader method. No, we're gonna leave it like this for now because I want to have things. What is your problem here? Loaded resources. Did you not do this right? This shit is stupid. It didn't do it right. It did a C# list. If we look at that, oh, I closed it. Well, I'll open it again. If we look at this one, it did it with a Godot list. Look at that. That's funny. Like that wasn't that long between, and it already got confused. We'll just copy this thing. Actually, we'll copy this whole thing, and we'll put it right here. And then we'll go county data, and we'll go county, and we'll go county. Man, this other song I'm listening to is god awful too. Then we're gonna copy this. There we go. And yes, I can see that there's other things that I can fix there, but we're winging it right now. All right, this has been all commented out. We have 14 errors. Jesus Christ. Notification manager? What does a notification manager do? Doesn't the notifications manage you? What? Isn't that what? This should say list. This is just in county generation and faction generation. When we load stuff, it's going to be different. And that could be part of the problem is we were loading stuff to like county generation or some shit. Was that your like next weekend's video? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, one more. Oh, you're just building your systems up, huh? What inspired you to do that? Oh, run this thing again. And you know the other thing we were testing last time was by hitting the load button. We just changed shit, so we gotta hit start so that it will uh-oh, look, good. Look. This is what we want. Look, it's like, hey, look, there's a problem with a thing. This is what we want. Give me my problems. Population generation. I see we were hitting different lists at some point. This is back when I was using Unity. Sorry, Joker. Somebody came into my chat. Really, really nice guy. He helped me create like this generic list thing with like these different methods and stuff inside of it. But I remember him mentioning like parallel lists are really bad, and I've tried to avoid them the whole time. But I have like a couple of them where I couldn't get around them. This one I can. And he was a professor of C sharp. Um, he's in the README actually. So what is this thing? So this is at population generation. Create faction leaders. And I think the problem is, I would like to not see this right now. Just, I don't know. Go away. This is happening. Let's test. I think I know what's going on here, but let's do it this way. I think the order is finally, because I keep saying like, oh, the order's in reverse and it shouldn't do that. Okay, so that happened even when we didn't load it. So on faction capital county is a faction data. Well, that's not going to work. How has this ever worked? You're missing a county ID or something. What is this thing? We have faction data. It doesn't, I can't see it all. What is this thing? Is it a number? Oh, it's an int, so that should work. But at this point, let's look at our thing here. No, this should exist as well. So population generation is last. So this should actually not have a problem here. So let's see, let's do our breakpoints and see what's going on. All devs should have their own libraries, speed up development times. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, and it seems like a good idea to me. Maybe I'll finally do something before I get bored if I can just drop a bunch of things into a project. Yeah, that makes sense. If you have all the the parts already pretty much pre-made, you can just warp. Then your project's done. Oh, I know the problem. We have a thing in here. This doesn't need to exist anymore. And I'm betting what? Wouldn't this just be an endless loop of it's adding itself? All right, but that was a problem there. We don't need that to exist anymore. And we took it out of the faction one, I'm pretty sure. You now have 7. Yeah, that was the problem. Okay, we can undo you and continue on. Back to everyone's green, but let's stop. Let's clear this. Let's clear this. Let's, wasn't I done with you? Let's stop this. Let's go back to, yeah, I don't care. Let's go to here. Oh, I wonder if I'm not closing a file or something is why it's throwing those errors when I close it in, when I run it in Writer and then close it. Okay, where's our bugs? No bugs, huh? I need the bugs so I need the actual bugs so I can find out the problems here. Let's check this. We could have done the load thing too, I suppose. That skips the county generation. We're not getting any bugs anymore. We just have actual bugs that we have to figure out. So once again, what is going on with this remote? I'm missing something simple, I know it. If we go to this county, we have the county sprite. It's set to pink. What color are we looking at here? We're pink. Yeah, it's pink. Wait, when we go through those, it's pulling. I know, I know I've looked at this like 6 times, but I feel like we got to look at it 6 more times here. We need to be on local, and we need to go to assign faction colors to counties. Just make sure we got thing. Yeah. For each, return. We're passing this in. All right, let's once again, let's put it on. Let's for each do this. We had to do it here. Let's stop this one. County sprite self modulate equals faction data faction color. Debug. Oh, you mean like a? I was thinking for some reason like phone type notification or like a notification down here, not like notifications in game where like things are happening, which is I guess what I should have immediately known. So this is null. Faction ID 0. County, this is once again, we're looking at this. But why is this returning null? I guess we haven't finished this yet. Instance, save game data. This has the stuff. It has the people. Save version. Why is this a float? Oh, so I could do decimals. So now, so when we get to this here, so it, it stops it before it got assigned, but this faction data, something about a weak reference there. Faction ID is 0. Faction capital is 0. Let's go to the next one. Oh my god, this song is terrible too. Faction ID is 0. This shouldn't be 0. We should be faction ID of 1. Where is this getting assigned the wrong shit? Somewhere we're getting assigned the wrong shit. AI faction 1. And then we're back to this thing. Is this, so see, this is once again 0 every time. The faction IDs are 0 every time. Assign faction, what the fuck? Are we doing that assign thing in like, that's in game generation. It should have already, the hell, man. And then if we look at the save game, man, quests are kind of a pain to make. I didn't know that quests would be kind of annoying. Yeah, I didn't think about. I thought about the fun part of making quests, which is, writing the texts and stuff for it. But when you have to link them all together and all that crap, it's kind of annoying. Like I keep trying to figure out a better workflow for that because I have a quest in the Hex Demon. And you have to, move around the map to trigger the next part of the quest. And I looked it up. I think you might have mentioned some stuff too. I mean, I'm going in circles with this same issue over and over here. Let's go to the top. Okay, faction ID is 0. County ID is 0. That is correct. Why am I doing this? Let's turn the little thing here. Faction ID is 1. Let's go back over here. Are we running this? No. We have to stop this and then go over here. So the save game seems right, but the data that's in, I think somewhere in the save DTO bullshit, something is not being saved correctly or loaded correctly, and I didn't even think we got to the loaded part. So once again, where are we at? Globals. No, it's an auto save. It's a save. We have our save game data. Now I don't even remember. What's your faction ID? 0, 1, 2, 3. And then it seems like this isn't loading either, because if it did, we would be able to click on that. So there's something, I didn't even think we got to that part though. Maybe we didn't, I just don't remember. Initial load game. Do we have this checked? It doesn't seem to matter if that's checked or not too. I wonder if I took that code out, because I remember I was going to. Load game from JSON. Did we even add, while we're doing the save game DTO, I bet you, okay, first off, let's go back here. Because I've forgotten that I did something is what's happening. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if that thing's checked right now. It always loads the game. So that checkbox doesn't do shit. Before I had the checkbox doing. Okay, I was looking at the break because earlier I was saying that it's probably a break that's busted. So with this, we have to go into the save game DTO, and we need to look at what. See, this is in a different order too. Save game DTO has all of these C# lists. We need to go, we serialize that. We need to look at the county. The county DTO, I don't think we ever went through and double checked if the from DTO part. I think we only went to the to DTO part, and I was expecting bugs, like as in errors being thrown, not it's a run with weird shit happening. County, actually it's in county data. Do we have that open? We have everything else open, but not that. County data. Okay, so there's our to DTO, from DTO, color equals, we convert this, faction ID, or county ID equals county ID, yeah. They're DTOs. I don't know what that stands. DT, where's our faction ID? There is no faction ID. Am I missing it? Oh, here it is. Check to only print the event. If this equals this, where is this? What is this? Check if that's, no. Okay, so here's a problem. No, get out of here. Here, we'll do ID. I think we can do kill people who need to die. Okay, so here it is. I thought for a second there I didn't see it. Well, no, here it is in this. We didn't. I don't think this is in the. I think we got fucked here. Yeah, we got fucked. Once again, this is why we are going to switch this to reflections eventually. What happened was, I actually think it's because I changed everything to a faction ID from a faction data. So it's under is AI capital. It should be right here. So this is going to be one of the major problems. County DTO.faction ID. With that getting synth loaded, it's always going to be wrong. So let's see what happens. I gotta go to the bathroom. This is the problem with drinking beers. I've drank like this much, and I already got to take a piss. I should call in sick tomorrow. 2 beers. Don't blame the beer. Yeah, see, look at that shit. How many hours did I spend at the beginning? Like an hour? Okay, it's just an hour. We're looking for bugs. We're clicking for bugs. Bug clicking. What if we like construct something? What if we run the game? I mean, that would be... Heroes in an unfriendly county, so it needs to equip some... Who's in an unfriendly? No one's moved. Oh, look, it doesn't know that there's a problem here. It doesn't know that this is our hero. They think that he's some... Jessica, she's off. She's a spy. Okay, so that was the problem with that. So I wonder if we have a similar issue with population. Data. So I don't remember how this works, honestly. Hero is in. Hero is in. County data faction ID equals population faction ID. I bet you this is the same exact thing. Is that it used to be a faction data, and now it's an int, and that's why this isn't working. I bet you the population we change it. Yeah, the reflection thing will. I don't want to tackle that though. Like I'm kind of scared to fuck with it, but it is a better solution. Even just to do part of it. And what I'm talking about, just in case you're wondering, you can make it so that C# just goes through and does all of these on its own, basically. You just tell it, like with reflection, I don't know how to do it, but you can do it so that you don't have to. If things change, it automatically would find and do the update. It would check against the real county data and create these basically on the fly. I don't think it can do these ones. These ones I think would have to be manually done, but that still saves a lot of... If we have simple variables, I think that will be a better solution. Critter actually was the person who mentioned it. Created by Critters. Everyone should watch his stream. I'm looking for my population. His population data. Faction ID is here. I'm wondering if it's not getting assigned though, because we actually, let's go. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I've done in the past that were error prone like this, and then I learned my lesson. We have faction ID here. This is 2. So what about from DTO? What the fuck? Okay, so it's all commented out. So there's a reason this doesn't work. Faction ID equals What is your problem? Cannot convert source int question mark. What is an int question mark? Is that a nullable? I think that's called a nullable. It looks like we need to go through this still and double check it. This is the faction data. This is not an int nullable. It's because we had ChatGPT do that and then we never went back to it. So yeah, we gotta fix that. I gotta go take a piss though. That's what I get for, dude, I'm such a pussy now with beer. I remember back in my youth. Yeah, look at this thing. Who would do such a thing? All right, I'm gonna go take a quick break. It's a little early, but I tried my best. I'm gonna throw out my break timer. I'm going to pause my music that you guys can't hear, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, I was gone for a long time. Shit, sorry. I always try to be back before the 5-minute mark there. And I guess I wasn't. I was smoking a cigarette. See, that's what half a beer and time changes and all right, so our game works perfectly except for this. Let's run it again. Yeah, I think I got rid of that load on. Yeah, so that bool doesn't do anything. We were testing it with this, I think, with that button. But right now we're going to test it one more time to see if that thing came across. I can't spawn her, though. Why not? I can click on her. She's been equipped. Why can't I spawn you? This was converting a bool. Or no, sorry, not a bool. Oh, I should have clicked on it. Converting a... Okay, let's go through this population DTO. Or the population data. And look at the DTOs real quick. Looks like we're doing capitals on the left, lowercase on the right. Personality to string is hero. Number of subordinates wanted. Where was that big pile of shit that we... Yeah, okay. So here's our from DTO. We need... no, we don't. Maybe we do. We reconnect faction data by ID. No, we just took care of that. This is now done. What else do we got here? This is done. Because that we changed it to a faction ID, which solved that whole problem. We can try to do that too. Like I said, I have another game that it's in the very, very early stages. It's like a pro could have done what I've done in like an hour and a half, and it probably took me 3 hours. But it's I'm using all public classes, and it's no resources, and it's very much easier. So we'll see. I like to like try to do stuff. I think that's the I've talked to a bunch of people in chat, and they're always like, you have to do it this way, and I'm like, well, I want to try it this other way, and then if it fails, I'll just switch it. I like to try it because it's like kind of part of my experimentation, is part of my learning experience for me. So this converts this into an enum, which we want, and then we need to we need to assign their actual personality. So this is one of the things that I guess I should go through these to-dos too. Wait, I thought capital was on the left. Oh, not we're here, huh? Oh, because we're in from? Wasn't capital on the... Okay, that was up there. Lowercase here. Okay. So what we need to do for personality, I can't remember how important this is, but we need to... This is the first and only interface, I believe. Yeah. We're going to copy this. We're going to go back to ChatGPT, and we're going to hopefully... go to here. Need to convert the personality to an interface depending on the enum and personality. Here is the interface. I hope I'm using the terminology right. We're returning an I personality. Perfect. Perfect. And we're going to have to do this differently too later. We're going to have to use... Well, no, this isn't from and to DTO. Wait, this doesn't go here. This is going to go down here. Jesus Christ, this thing is getting long. Holy fuck. All right, create personality, then we'll copy this over. We didn't need both lines, but whatever. Can I just jump to here? What is this thing doing? Oh, it was wrong. Personality behavior? No, I think I called it like I personality or something. I personality. There we go. All right, so there are personalities back assigned again. Is heroes coming across? Hero type is converting a enum. Number of subordinates is just a number. An int. This needs to happen after the population data is fully loaded. Hero subordinates. Apple personality type? What? Okay, so how do we do this part? Let's think about this here. There's another way we could do this. Oh, man, that one flew right over my head. So we could save the hero subordinates. Instead of saving all of the population data to the list, we could have a list of ints. We can't use names because names are... What is this doing? Would that save... Man, we're really converting a lot of this data to simple variables or whatever they're called. I think they're called simple variables, right? I guess I learned my lesson there too. Just make sure everything's like a string or an int, and that's it. That's all you can deal with. It's just strings or ints. Maybe you can do a float, but the problem with floats is they get some weird shit at the end. So we could have it a list of ints, and then we would convert each int like in population data, we could have a method that converts the int to a population data. We wouldn't be able to read it very well. Otherwise, what we'd have to do is when this list was done, we'd have to run this again. So basically at the very end of the... After it loads, we'd have to run this and apply. We would have to pull these from... Well, let's look at the save game. I'm pretty sure the save game has it... if we look for subor... Well, they don't have any, but it would be saved as... I guess we could... Well, no, we can't do that right now. You know, Joker, I saw somebody that I watch, the streamer that I watched was about to play some, what is that game, Ready or Not? And I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this because I'm curious how that game looks. And they never played it. They went to like Battlefield or something. They had Ready or Not on their list, like they forgot to update it or something. It's totally off topic, but because I'm curious about that game, if it's any fun. Do we want to make it a list of ints? I really kind of don't want to because I would like to see who the subordinates are. Otherwise, what we would have to do is we'd have to compare it. Like if we wanted to look at this with human eyes here, we would have to compare it like number 7, and then we would go look at the all population data and find number 7. So let's try to convert. So let's think about this. So when we're going to DTO, How are we doing that? Where's our population data here? No, I want to keep that one open. This one's done. Initial population DTO, I personality we're done with. Population data 2. DTO, does this do anything? I don't know how that works. What happens if, let's do our test. Maybe we can test this. Last time I tried to save it after the game started, the whole game imploded. So, we'll see here. I don't think we're to that step yet. Well, that worked suspiciously well. Nobody has any subordinates, so let's hire some subordinates. Oh, we can't get in here though. There's still that one bug. This thing, it knows. Oh, look at this. It doesn't know. Wonder what its problem is. Oh, it's the faction leader is the problem. But why can't I spawn you? Well, we'll worry about that later. Let's see if we can get some subordinates to no more people to recruit. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, you recruited one person. Now let's save it and see what happens. So that is that happens too quickly. There's no way that that saved that quickly. For a second, I thought I saw one there. Subordinates. Yeah, there's no way that saved that quickly. Like, that was in an instance. Like, less than a second. Okay, and there's nothing in there. It should have saved something. We need a test of that to see how it works. It's weird that there's no more people to recruit in Cowlitz. I wonder how it's getting that information. We're going to have a lot of debugging for this save thing. But let's look at... Jesus Christ, now what am I listening to? You guys can't hear it, but just trust me, it's bad. Here, we'll listen to this. Just play this song. So if we go to our options menu here. Whoops. I'm going to look here. And what does the save button do currently? It goes to save game. Check for folder, save game to JSON. And I've been trying to make sure that all of this, we only have one method that does all the saving so that there's not like anything weird. So that should be, let's run this again. I'm curious what it says if that GD print, so it should say like full game saved as JSON. After we do this and after we do so this is the first save. So now things have changed. Full game saved as JSON. What if we put a timestamp on the save? We have a version. We probably would want a timestamp on there anyways. So let's do that. Let's put a timestamp. I'm a huge proponent of timestamps on stuff. Save private. I wish I could just put a time. Oh, can I? Let's do this. We'll just Control A the whole thing. I had to tell my coworker about Control A. That's why I'm wondering what they teach in, like, because, back when I was a kid, there weren't computers and shit. We just used, like, chisels and rocks. Um, so that's why I'm always curious about what they teach in school about, like, hotkeys and stuff. Like, hotkeys seem like it's not important stuff, but some of them make your life so much easier. I want to include a time stamp with each save. All right. A time date field. Okay, so date time, is that where? Is that really? Is that really? Okay, so it does need to be parsed out to something. I was like, is that a simple thing? Okay. I don't think I want to copy this whole thing. Maybe I do. ChatGPT. We're so far into this with ChatGPT that it saves it to a string, huh? I mean, I guess that makes sense. We're so far in with this, it's so complicated that I feel like we're at the point where ChatGPT is going to start fucking shit up. So where did it put it? Let's put it at the top here. Date time. Is this a C# thing? I guess so. Save timestamp. Yeah, I broke the seal, guys, and so you know what that means. That means I gotta fucking pee all the time. Take this line. And that was in 2DTO. Exactly where did it put it? Where did this thing put it? Under current population. Oh, because it wanted it. We're going to put this at the top. Whoa, whoa, what? I got that other line in there. Save timestamp. Oh, we need to put this into the DTO. Save game DTO. Yeah, we were talking about this a long time ago. How it would be nice to have like a mentor, like somebody who can help guide your programming. Like this is, because this is going back to where Critters is like, you should probably use a, what is this thing? A string? Use reflection and stuff. Like you just don't know that you don't know what you're missing sometimes. And ChatGPT is not good for that at all. Chat GPT is not. Where's my DTO thing? Yeah, this is ISO. Like, it is not going to suggest stuff to you that is better than what you're doing unless you tell it. Like, isn't there a better way? Then it will probably. We got that one. I already copied that one in there. So we want to. This is from DTO. From DTO, we're putting it at the top. Oh, good God, I did it again. All right, did we get all of them? Let's try it. I feel like I'm making good progress today, but that just could be because I drank most of a beer. It's like, it's barely, I got like a fifth of it left. All right, let's look at this thing. Let's go to the top. Go to the top. I said go to the top. Why won't you go to the top? Control home. Well, there's our timestamp. Okay, so that's going to help us with this next thing, which is, are we saving? Is this actually getting saved? So we do have the game running. Let's hire one person, even though that did not work that well. Whoops. There's definitely probably. Oh wait, no. Was there some rule that I'm forgetting? about why they can, when they can hire people? It feels like there is. Let's click on this person and see. Okay, so we have a subordinate. Let's hit save. What time is it? 11:35. Okay, so this is definitely the new save because I saw it actually flash and change when I brought it up. So then we need to, what was her name or their name? Sarah. Let's find Sarah. Okay, here's Sarah Edwards, and they have no people. So the hero subordinate's not working, or yeah, the hero subordinate's not being saved correctly. So let's go back to the save game DTO. No, let's go to the population data. Not this one. That's population generation. What is this a list of? Do we have a list? Yeah, okay. Stored subordinate ID. We're just trying to save this shit right now, man. This is saving it. It looks like the population ID to a list. We don't have the population ID in here, like where we can see it. We can look for this person though. What is their name? Margaret. 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 What is your name? Marg R. Well, you're not in the save? I'm not in the save. Why does that keep happening today? Here she is. Your ID is 5, so you're definitely in there. I'm going to ask, what does this do? Is projecting to select a list of objects into just their population ID value and then creating a new list from it. If you had hero subordinates, the new list should be this. So that is what we want. Back to my save game here. And subordinates. I'm just going to double check. I don't... Wait, no, it should be in here. Wait, what was the person's name? The person's name is Sarah Edwards. Sarah Edwards. Okay. Sarah Edwards. Okay, so there's 2 Sarah Edwards. I had a feeling. Yeah, so I had a feeling. So now we have a different problem. I think I'm going to call it a day right here. But let me put this note in. I have to go to the bathroom again, and I figure I'll just cut it short. And we kind of accomplished some stuff. Not as much as I would like, but that's a pretty standard thing. Okay, so this is the problem. The all population data list in the save game is not getting updated when a population in a county is getting updated. We need to somehow link them. That is going to be a prime problem right there. And I'm going to move this to the top. And this is the kind of error that I was expecting kind of more to run into. But I think, yeah, I'm going to call it a day for now. Thank you guys for joining me. I got to go to the bathroom. I will talk to you next weekend.